Some 650 students from Jurong Junior College got a lesson in politics from the Straits Times Deputy Political Editor Lydia Lim and Assistant Political Editor Yong on Wednesday.
Because it didn't really talk a lot about specific policy recommendations. What they tried to tackle at Singapore 21 was what Singapore society should look like.
Altogether, 2,211,000 voters had a chance to vote if they chose to. And that's double the number that went to the polls in 2006.
This is the first of 4 campus talks to be held over the next few months in the run-up to the Straits Times Ministry of Education National Current Affairs Quiz, or Big Quiz, where students are tested on their current affairs knowledge.
We wanted to talk about the Singapore conversation because this is the big government initiative right now. And then politics in general, because of how politics in Singapore is changing, and there's been a lot more interest in it, right, since the 2011 general election.
During the 2-hour session, students were eager to ask questions. The topics discussed range from opposition in government to the widening income gap.
What if one day the opposition becomes the new government? Do you think that they are ready to be the government?
As of now, even the Workers' Party will readily tell you that they are not ready. I just take Malaysia as an example. For a long time, the opposition was not ready. They were not ready. They became ready almost overnight. The most important part for the opposition to get ready in their ability to recruit talented people. So if there's a sudden wave, suddenly a lot of talented people want to join the opposition and they desert the PAP, then the opposition will be ready. But today they are not.
I believe that the government should do more for the middle income, and I would like to ask, what do you think the government might do?
I think in Singapore the concern has been that the income gap is widening, and what governments can do is that they can redistribute. Okay, so governments collect taxes, right? And then they can choose to give some of the money that they collect to people on lower incomes and even to people in the middle income group that you are concerned about, right? And that is what the government is doing.
I was pleasantly surprised that they were interested and they had lots of questions. They asked us everything from about the Singapore conversation to electoral politics. What if there was a freak election? What would happen to Singapore? And those are all good questions.
For 18-year-old student Keith Lim, the discussion was a fruitful one.
Personally, I think it's very good because honestly, we don't actually have any platforms to voice our opinions out. At least they do know what we know about Singapore, what's happening around Singapore. So yeah, it's actually quite good an indicator to the adults in Singapore that young adults, students now are actually not as juvenile as they think we are. Yeah, so it's a good start, and I think they should continue more. Maybe not just JCs, but secondary schools as well.
Over the next few months, some 72 students from 24 pre-university institutions will take part in the Big Quiz. The finals will be held on July 31st.